Hello, everyone. That Manga Kid here to do something a little different. I asked folks in my last manga haul if you'd be interested in me doing some anime reviews because I do include the anime that I pick up in my manga hauls, and quite a few people said that you'd be interested in hearing my thoughts. So I'm just gonna kind of give this a shot and hopefully you enjoy. I'm gonna start off with the film Summer Days with Ku. The director is Keiichi Hara. This is a Blu ray release that has Blu ray and DVD in this edition. Uh, and this is a long movie. I think it's about 2.5 hours long. The date on the back says 2007. So it's early ish 2000s that this was released and originally. And it does hold up. I mean, I'd never seen this. I know that some people may have a nostalgic kind of feeling towards this film if they watched it as a kid. I noticed in a lot of the reviews and stuff, or just comments on the trailer on YouTube, people were, reminiscing about seeing this as a child. I never did personally, so this was my first impression of this film as an adult. I watched it with my sister, who is also an adult, and we both really enjoyed it. It is very much like it's a kids movie, but it does have some disturbing aspects in it. Nothing more than like a Disney film would in terms of like Bambi, where the mother dies, and there is sad parts in this movie, but it it really could be enjoyed by anyone. If you can sit through the 2.5 hour length, which may be difficult for a child to keep their attention span that long, especially since this does not have a dub. This is just subtitles with Japanese audio. So if that is going to put you off, then I guess don't get this movie. But it's really good. And I mean, I as far as the length, yes, it felt long, but I think that it if they had cut any of it out, it wouldn't have made as much of an impact. And it's about this boy here who finds a kappa, a young kappa, um, kind of fossilized, and he brings it home and doesn't really know what it is, and then the kappa kind of comes back to life, and it's him and his family kind of keeping this kappa in their house and trying to keep him a secret because kappas don't really exist anymore. And they know that if the media gets a hold of this, it's going to go nuts, which is of course what happens, which is not a spoiler because you'll see that in the trailer. That the world finds out that this kappa exists and that his family um, has the kappa. Uh, so it's a mixture of a very slice of life, small town sort of, there's a lot of bike riding and looking around because the Ku, the Kappa, is looking for his family. He's looking for other Kappas. He's looking for anything because he's been asleep for so long that he's woken up. He fell asleep and kind of fossilized in like samurai times, and he's now woken up in current day Japan. Everything is different, and he's confused about you know what's going on and where all the other kappas are. And so him and the boy are looking, searching for other kappas, even though the boy is not super convinced that there are any more. But he doesn't want to discourage Ku and upset him. So it's a lot of fun. I like kappas. I like the lore of them. They pop up in Japanese folklore a lot in manga that I've read and anime that I've seen. And so it was fun getting a whole movie about a kappa. Um, and he's really cute. He's adorable. I love his voice. And it's yeah, it's a story of, their friendship, their growing friendship, but then also the fact that the media is and people of Japan are losing their minds over the fact that kappas exist and that there's one alive, and everyone's trying to get a piece of them and meet them and all this stuff. And it's upsetting, and it's a nice kind of commentary on human nature and how we can blow things out of proportion and not and be selfish in a way that we're not understanding the needs of this creature, we're not respecting the needs of this creature and acknowledging, what we did as humanity to his habitat. um we're all just selfish and want to see him because we want to be able to say that we saw him. And yeah, it's very interesting. It is very sad. The ending, I really enjoyed the ending. I wouldn't have expected that at all. What ended up happening, and um, yeah, it was really good. And I think that it was quite realistic in that because, you look at the family, and he has a younger sister who is very jealous um, of this Kappa and very, upset that this creature has infiltrated their household. Um, his parents who, are trying to be realistic, but also they're kind of excited as well. This is something new in their lives. And um, yeah, it was very well done. And I think that, like I said, it's 2.5 hours. And a lot of that is, I would say a chunk of it is the story and the plot and the media scandal and all that kind of stuff, but then another huge part of it is those really relaxing scenes of the nature and um the calm kind of tranquility of the surroundings and the countryside. And yeah, you could have taken those out and maybe made the movie less than 2 hours, but if you take those out, it really does, I think it would diminish the whole feeling and the vibe of this story, which is Summer Days with Ku. It is this boy kind of meeting this friend and spending time with him, um, which I love because this story is this boy and this young Kappa, and they're spending their summer together while the world around them collapses and goes insane over the fact that the Kappa even exists. Um, it was very well done. Voice acting I thought was amazing. I thought everything about this was enjoyable to me, and the animation, while you can obviously tell that it is older, uh, it holds up, and the story holds up, and everything about this, you know, it doesn't seem antiquated at all. I really enjoyed it. If you get a chance to get your hands on this, I highly recommend it. I don't think I had heard of this before, but I found it at a local used media store in my city and decided to grab it. And I'm really glad I did. I really enjoyed it. I will absolutely watch this again in the future. Um, and will recommend it to my friends for sure. Yeah. So Summer Days with Ku, if you've seen it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. If you have any questions about it, for sure leave them in the comments as well. Thanks for watching.